All the way to the end.
Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I'm going to apologize right now to one of my subscribers. He told me that he absolutely hates when I come out here on my rooftop garage and do videos because of the wind situation. I apologize, man. I got to get out and get some air sometime. But listen, let's talk about why Carson Wentz deserves the money. But before we get into that, I'm gonna give a shout out to Law Nation, man. If you guys didn't catch the debate yesterday, part 1 and part 2, because the stream got cut out, man. Very, very classy dude, very good Cowboys content creator, man. You know what I mean? I didn't expect anything but excellence. You know, when we decided we wanted to do this, it was great. I think it was great for both franchises. Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles. I think it was great for both of our subscriber base. It showed the side of how sports talk should be on YouTube. Now, sometimes you get these guys who want to be way too in their feelings, way too emotional when talking sports. We did neither of that, man. We didn't do that. You know what I mean? And that wasn't even no plan. It just came from when you talking real talk with real individuals, it come off as grown man talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to get back to, the sports, man. That's how you grow, and that's how you get a better understanding of why people feel the way that they feel. Now, my perspective and my point of view, it was refreshing to talk to somebody who don't got to get personal and throw fake personals like they know you and all this other stuff, man. It was just, and the best thing about the interview, even before the interview, we had a chance to chop it up. He gave me some real gems that just relate to, YouTube and the business side and everything like that, man. So again, shout out to him, man. But listen, we're going to talk about why Carson Wentz deserves this money. How do you get to this point to give somebody the most guaranteed money in NFL history? How do you get to that point? Now, I've been looking at a few videos. It's a lot of people that's upset that he got the money. Not from our fan base, though. I haven't seen anybody from our fan base say that he isn't worth this because, we watched enough of him to see that. And only 40 games played, Carson Wentz has earned, the highest guaranteed amount in NFL history, and just only playing 40 games. How do you get to that point? You get to that point in a number of ways. You get to that point by having the highest QBR. Some of you guys are QBR guys. Having the second highest QBR out of the last 2 seasons, minimum attempts. The top 3 guys, the top guy is Drew Brees. Then you got Carson Wentz, and the third guy is Tom Brady. I mean, you in the middle with 2 legends right there. You get there by, breaking the Philadelphia Eagles passing record in a season for touchdown passes. You get there by doing stuff like that. By jumping from not even being on the top 100 list your rookie year to jumping to number 3 in your second year. You know what I mean? From what you've done in your second year. You get there by doing stuff like that, man. You get there by smart people knowing that if you don't draft Carson Wentz, you don't get that first Super Bowl for this city. I'm not wearing this hat if you don't draft Carson Wentz. That's how you get to these situations to where you got to pay 2 people. You know what I mean? Off the performances alone and off of the guts and off of the football skill that Nick Foles and Carson Wentz have displayed, they both end up getting a bag. That's how you get there. You don't get there by being mediocre. Now, for the Eagles fans who say we should have waited, what's the wait for? What you going to do? If he get hurt again, was we going to cut him? Was we going to start looking for other quarterbacks? Was we going to go backwards? You got to look at it from this perspective. Look at the talent that we got signed for three or more years. Lane Johnson is still going to be here for 3 or more years. Brandon Graham, Deshaun Jackson, now Carson Wentz. I believe Brandon Brooks. It's a bunch. It's a bunch of key pieces that are going to be here for 3 or 4 more years. So that means our window extended. Listen. Let's take the Houston Texans for example. Now, I don't like to use other teams as examples, but the Houston Texans have basically, in my opinion, crapped away most of Deshaun Watson's rookie contract and didn't put no pieces around him while he was still cheap. The Philadelphia Eagles didn't do that. That's how you do that. When you got a quarterback on a rookie deal and you know he's special, you go and bring in an Alshon Jeffrey before you extend him. You go and bring in a Deshaun Jackson before you extend him. You shore up both sides of the ball, defensive line-wise, before you extend them. You know what I mean? It's key pieces and things that have to be done to build a franchise, especially when you got a young stud. You got to start putting pieces around them. The Rams used the format, and they found a way to a Super Bowl appearance. You know what I mean? With that young quarterback. You got to start. You got to put pieces around these guys. You got to be smart with the salary cap. You got to draft well, and then you pay your guy. He already proved that he could lead a team. I don't care what nobody say about that bogus report. Only people that's hating on this deal right now or trying to make fun of the deal right now are Cowboys fans. And that's what y'all supposed to do. I'm not mad at y'all, but when are y'all going to sign y'all guy? What is y'all guy worth? We put ink to paper. We're not just talking about a deal. We put it on the paper because he's proved enough to us. I don't think y'all guy proved enough to y'all. That's why y'all didn't sign him. Had y'all had Carson Wentz in a Cowboys uniform, he'd already be signed. He'd already be signed. Y'all know who Carson Wentz is. Carson Wentz is the quarterback who Dak Prescott had to study his tape. You remember that. Dak Prescott got to study Carson Wentz tape to learn. That's that guy. You know who Carson Wentz is. Don't act like that. 40 games and he already got a bag. Only 40 games played. Already smashing Philadelphia Eagles records. You know how many great Eagles quarterbacks we had? You know how many great Eagles quarterbacks, man, that couldn't throw 33 touchdowns, man, in the season? Carson Wentz ain't them dudes, man. Carson Wentz ain't them dudes. You know what I'm saying? The pieces around Carson Wentz, the money, no more Nick Foles coming in to take your shine. None of that stuff no more you got to worry about. He's going to come out there and perform beautifully. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. You got to pay Carson Wentz. You could pat your feet around with other quarterbacks, but not Carson Wentz. Not Carson Wentz. He's shown you the maturity against the blitz, how his percentage and his rating has gone up every year against the blitz. He only threw 2 interceptions the last 2 years against the blitz. He's a man in the pocket, man. He's a man in the pocket. Now, I will tell you this. The one knack that I got on Carson Wentz right now is Carson Wentz's decision-making in terms of taking care of his body. Carson Wentz only got to get out of his own way. Sometimes it's not worth trying to run through a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets this in his mind that, you know, I am valuable and the best asset I can have to my team right now is availability and being there, then he'll go to a whole new level. And I believe that level is coming soon. That level was coming soon. This was God's plan. I'm trying to tell you. Do I think Carson Wentz was ready to win the Super Bowl that second season? I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. I can't say for sure yes or I can't say for sure no. But do I think it was God's plan for us to get it done? Do I think Nick Foles was ready when he stepped in? I believe he was ready. I believe he was ready. He had the experience. Now Carson Wentz got the experience. He got the money. He got the supporting cast. He got the offensive line. And now he got some smarts about him. He knows that he is the guy. And he knows that he got to be war ready each and every Sunday. You see how good he look at OTAs, man? Come on, man. Last time Carson Wentz was in the OTA, you know what happened, man. You know what happened. We won the Super Bowl last time Carson Wentz participated in OTAs. Come on, man. We back in OTAs, man. They saying Arcega-Whiteside is looking good, man. Dallas Goedert is looking good, man. A blind man can see that we got one of the top 3 rosters in the NFL. It's not even up for debate no more, man. It's not even a serious discussion no more. A blind man can see that Carson Wentz is a top 5 quarterback in the game. Better than Matty Ice, in my opinion. Better than a lot of these dudes, man. A blind man can see that's a top 5 quarterback in the game. We gotta stop being delusional to the fact that who this guy is, man. This Carson Wentz. This how you get this type of money, man. Y'all can play around with these other quarterbacks, but we're not going to continue to play around with Carson Wentz. We're not going to play with his name like he don't deserve his bread. Got a Super Bowl ring. He contributed to the ring. Whether you want to believe it or not, put some respect on his name.